Hello fans and friends across the universe, welcome to my YouTube channel From Me to You. My name's Keir Smith and today I'm going to be talking about a Paul McCartney solo album that gets kicked around a fair bit, doesn't get much love or appreciation, but is it really Paul's worst solo album? Today I'm going to be talking about Driving Rain. Driving Rain was released in November 2001 and it came out at a delicate time in Paul's life. It was his first album of all new material since his first wife Linda had passed away. It was his first album of the new decade and also his first since he took up with his new love Heather Mills, who he would marry the following year. When looking at lists and rankings of Paul McCartney's albums, you'll often find Driving Rain somewhere around the bottom of the pile, if not bottom. But I'm all for reading and hearing people's opinions, and some of the criticisms of this album are that it's a straight or more mature album and that it lacks some of those quirky or light-hearted moments that you find on Wings albums or his earlier solo albums. Some have said that the songs seem uninspired and there's not much to excite the listener about these recordings. It's a long album at over 65 minutes. There's 15 songs plus a bonus track, yet there's no hit single here, nor is there a classic McCartney song here. So with all that said, let's take a look at the songs on Driving Rain. I'll run through the track listing now, song by song, and tell you what I like or don't like about the songs. The album opens with Lonely Road, and this is a gritty driving rocker and as autobiographical as Paul is ever likely to be. The opening lyric is, "I tried to get over you." It's a really good opener. And in contrast to Lonely Road, From a Lover to a Friend is the next song, and this was the lead-off single for the album. And this is a dark, introspective ballad where Paul is openly asking to be forgiven for embarking on a new love journey. It's a lovely, tender song. She's Given Up Talking is next, and this is a dark and menacing groove with interesting sound effects and a wiry guitar solo, which I really like. It's one of the standout tracks on the album for me. The title track is next, and this is guitar pop. It's an easy, catchy chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go for a drive. Admittedly throwaway. I Do is a charming ballad with nice orchestration, a good song. And the next song, Tiny Bubble, another good one. A jolly thing with a really good middle eight, and I like that outro too. All the world's a tiny bubble. The next song, Magic, is a real tender beauty, and lyrically it looks back at the night that Paul met Linda, and it's a bittersweet song, but it deserves more praise. Your Way is a pretty tune, a nice melody, a simple love song with nice words. Spinning on an Axis is a funky little tune that shuffles along nicely, one I've always enjoyed. And the next song, About You, injects a bit of urgency. The band sound great here. I love the guitars, and this one is another standout track on the album for me. The next song, Heather, is a wonderful breezy piano melody, a great tune with nice harmonies. It's tainted by the subject matter for some, but it's a really good song. Back in the Sunshine Again is next, and this is a loose, languid rocker with nice guitar work. It's good enough for me, but Paul sounds like he's anywhere but in the sunshine. Your Loving Flame is next, and I find this to be a big favourite among fans. It's a grand piano ballad with a neat guitar solo, not too dissimilar to Maybe I'm Amazed in terms of the way that the song is structured, but I've never really warmed to it. I find it all a bit pedestrian. Riding to Jaipur is next, and this is an inspired piece. I love the Eastern flavoured instrumentation. It's so melodic, and I really like the way that the vocals are buried in the mix. It's my current favourite song on the album. And the epic jam, Rinse the Raindrops, closes the album. It's over 10 minutes long, but it shifts its way effortlessly through tempo changes and various grooves. A great idea, well realised. It rocks and pulls in great voice. Fantastic. But then, just as the album was about to be pressed, Paul halted proceedings and included the bonus track, Freedom. This was Paul's anthemic response to the 9/11 disaster. As it's a bonus track, I disregard it. It was written quickly, it sounds like it, and no, it's not very good. So that's the Driving Rain album, and yes, it is a long album, but that's not a problem for me. The more Macca, the better. And no, there isn't a standout track or a McCartney classic, let's say, but I like the dark, introspective nature of the lyrics, and it's a confused record. It finds Paul torn between old and new love, and that makes it interesting to me. But I like this album. I like the spontaneous, non-fussy approach to it. It was recorded quite quickly, the bulk of the songs being done over a 2-week period. Paul was working with a new producer and a new set of musicians, and I think the performances are largely good. I like a lot of this album. Sure, there's a couple of lesser moments, but that's normal. There's certainly nothing here that makes me think, gosh, this is bad. I've always found plenty to enjoy, and I think that Driving Rain is a good to very good album. There's a few things that drag this album down, unfairly so in my opinion. One is the association with Heather Mills, and because of how that relationship ended, and for that reason Paul never talks about the album. And for some reason it wasn't very well promoted. I bought it as soon as it came out, but in terms of the scale of promotion, it's nowhere near what we've seen with Egypt Station or McCartney 3. And as a result, it charted badly, number 46 in the UK and number 26 in the US. So naturally people associate these lowly chart positions with it being a bad album. And finally, there are no songs from Driving Rain included on the Paul McCartney 4-CD compilation from 2016. And considering there are 67 tracks on this, it seems a very deliberate disregard for the material on Driving Rain, because there had to be a place for at least one song from Driving Rain on that compilation, surely. So all in all, is this Paul McCartney's worst solo album? No, I don't think so. What is? I can think of a few off the top of my head, but I'll save that for another video. So I implore you to give Driving Rain another listen and let me know what you think of the album and what your favourite songs are in the comments section below. Please give the video the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel. There'll be lots more to come. Thanks as always for watching. See you next time.